Hey, how are you? Hope you are all doing okay today during the day, who knows what, of quarantine. I just kind of wanted to go through the garden a little bit today and see what's growing in spring, what we have started from seed, what we have in the ground already. We're just going to be doing a little bit of cleanup today, kind of doing some live mulch on plants. We'll be using some fava beans that are actually kind of growing behind me right here. We're going to use those as live mulch. There's some growing in the garden that are just kind of taking up space, waiting to be taken out and used for mulch as well. We have plenty more fava beans if we want to use some of those for food, but I've never really found a good use for them. I know you can make things like hummus, dips, but I just haven't found the time to do that yet. You can also use the tops in like pesto, but I don't know. I like basil pesto. All right, let's get to it. We want to make sure that we cut the roots or the plant right above the base of the roots. That'll leave all of the root base in there to rot and to add compost back into the soil. And it'll leave the mycorrhizal fungi in there, which are the species that inoculate and coexist with the roots of a lot of bean plants, and they help pull nitrogen gas out of the air and turn them into fertilizer. Turn the nitrogen gas into, like an ammonia or a nitrate eventually, so the plant can use it to make chlorophyll, another protein. Soup's cool, bro. We were able to save a couple beans from the plant. They weren't really grown to produce beans, so we just mostly want the greens to get in the tops of these babies. Let's go. Here's all the mulch we were able to grab from all that. Here's the herb bed. I know that we've gone through this before in a video. Everything is doing exceptionally well. Look at this cauliflower growing in here, a nice bright orange one. It's kind of hard to see with the blistering white sun. There we go. That'll be ready. It's ready to go right now, but I'll take the chances and let it get a little larger before any animals come and chew on it. As you can see, lettuce is bolting. Just means it's going to flower. The leaves kind of dull a little bit. They get a little bitter, and as you can see, they get like full of latex, but still edible, nothing too terrible. I'm paranoid about eating unless I wash my leaves, so I'm just gonna give this to the soil. Cilantro is done turning into coriander with all the seeds, but we'll take it out before then because it's just taking up too much space. Same thing with dill. I'll actually keep this in because pollinators love this, and I would like to start making pickles out of it once we start getting some cukes from this. We've got a cucamelon right here. They produce little tiny cucumbers that look like little tiny watermelons. They're like this big, kind of sour. Not sure if they're any good, but let's see. Some purple basil, who doesn't love that? I got one of these grow bags on Amazon. I got a huge pack of them of 6 for basically what I paid for probably 2 of them in the nursery. And just filled this up with some potting soil that I got from Home Depot and then planted it up. We've got some more basil kind of wrapped around here. This is a zinnia that'll flower up. Some nice tall kale. Oh, we have a little friend. Oh, hello, Mr. Lizard. Hello. Hello. You're very cute. You're very precious. Yes. Anyway, he loves to hang out on this. We have a tomato. I can't remember which one this is. It's either a white wax tomato or a gold tomato. I really want the white wax because I've never actually tried a white tomato before, so. Cucumber that got destroyed by the birds, we'll replant that. Some calendula that didn't get destroyed by the birds. Yeah, and as you can see, that's just all bird damage. That should come back. Hello. We have a ton of goodies coming up from seed. These are some gold. These are Dad's Gold Sunset Tomato, I believe. Oh, hello, Spoder. Yeah, Dad's Sunset Tomato. Pretty excited for those. They should be a good one. Here's the cucamelons again, just the seedlings of these. Each row of those is an individual variety of eggplants. So we've got 3 different ones coming up. Some dandelion greens with some pretty flowers. Some hyssop, I don't know how you pronounce it. These will be marigolds, but they'll have a white flower. Some regular nasturtiums. Who doesn't love those? More calendula. These are, again, each row right here is a different variety. Got a couple different varieties of kale. This one, none of these seem to come out. Well, maybe. Purple Mars kale, and this is one that I got from Baker Creek. Can't remember the name. These, a lovely ivory bell pepper. Looks pretty sad. It was going to get thrown out. We'll see if we can bring it back to life. Oh, echinacea. This, it's an Iris dulcis hot pepper, or they're not hot actually, but they didn't seem to have a very good germination rate. They were seeds that I got from somebody, and I don't really know how old they were. So here we've got some more seedlings coming up. I actually was smart to label these ones so I don't have to wait till they come up and guess what the hell they are. We've got another tomatillo, just a regular green one. You need 2 varieties for them to pollinate. I've already got 2, but the third one couldn't hurt. Some chamomile to make some fresh tea. Armenian cucumbers just to add some more. All of them seem to be getting eaten by damn birds. The white tomato, I'm excited, looking forward to those. I just want to make sure that they actually come up. And some burr gherkins. They're gonna be like those cucamelons apparently, but maybe slightly less edible. A little bit more sour and thorny, but they should be cute. I'm looking forward to those. Here's 4 tomatoes that are growing up in these grow bags. These have been in here for, a few weeks now. These are what are gonna get the fava bean mulch put on top of them that we cut out of the garden. So this used to be an old cabbage. Here's the root. I just kind of scooched it out of the way, planted it in and left all the roots. Sort of a no-till variety of gardening in these little grow bags. This one, this was the one of those Dad's sunset tomatoes right up there. So I really don't know what to do with those. They'll probably just get tossed, unfortunately, or thrown in the compost. This right here is a pretty funny one. Piglet Willie's French black tomato. As you can see, here's some of the old fava bean material. We just need more just to get it on. This has none. This one really desperately needs it. This right here, black semen Russian heirloom. Very cool. LOL at the name. Just ye old early girl. Here's where all the root crops, or some of them, lie in this little center. This used to be a fire pit. I just burned out all the wood and then dumped soil in. As you can see, these are bolting, just going to flower. They're supposed to be daikons. You can see the root right there, but whoops, I don't know how large they're gonna get before the seeds come and the whole plant dies. So, meh. Radishes, parsnips. These are beets. They're a little bit more heat tolerant. We'll see. And hiding under all this, some Swiss chard. That should make it through the summer again, but it's not getting any sun, so give it some time. Oh, these fava beans will leave since they're a little tiny. Here's some more Swiss chard in a bag. It just kind of came up and I didn't think about replanting it in time, and now this is its home. But this stuff is delicious. An old citrus tree that I'm trying to nurse back to life. We'll see. This borage, I don't think you can hear it with all the wind, but you can probably see it is buzzing with bees. This stuff is an absolute weed. It'll just come back and back and back, but that's okay. Here's some more, some comfrey flowers right in there. Yeah, just look at these things. Very lovely. Crimson clovers under the apple tree. Those get cut down at the end of the season for mulch. They reseed and they look lovely. Apparently you can make a tea with the flowers, but I just like to leave them in the ground. They're so pretty. There's no bees on them. They're usually humming with them, but I guess they like the borage better. Peaches. This tree needs to be trimmed. I'm trying to do the same thing on here, but as you can see, there's significantly less sun with this big crown of the tree. These are doing okay, hopefully. And right here you can see some peaches coming back up from last season. It took me forever to figure out what the hell those things were. Here's the very unkept main garden bed, I guess you could say, the original one. All these white flowers are arugula. They're all bolting. There's some in there. I'll make a decision on whether I want those, but we'll be taking those out, cleaning them up too. These are the main fava beans that are gonna get dunked in those tomatoes. And oh, speaking of tomatoes, some more unique varieties, well, relatively unique. Give it a minute. Come on, bitch. Please. It's a Brad's Atomic Grape tomato. Grew these in the bag last year. Didn't know what I was doing. They didn't come out very well. But now that I'm adding mulch, I think I'll be able to retain more water and they'll grow better and produce more. And these ones are in the ground, so they should do way better. A little stunted because the pot that they came in, they were way too big for it at this point. Right here, another one that was picked up. It's a Sun Sugar. I usually get the Sun Gold varieties, and they dump tomatoes, too many tomatoes. So I saw this one. Cherry tomatoes are usually a super early variety. Resists cracking, which is good. That always happens when it gets hot. The tomatoes split and rot, and it's gross, and you don't get any. Got some carrots are sowed in here, but carrots take like fucking months to grow, so don't even bother. Last but not least, we've got this other little side bed that's been cooking up recently. I'm pretty excited to have it going. Basically in this bed, we've got mostly nightshade plants, so far crisis. So we've got some of these pineapple tomatillos, some regular tomatillos. They're not regular, actually. What are they called? Demilpa. They're purple tomatillos. Awesome. Here's a poblano pepper. Who knows what this is? I can't remember. Here is a Anaheim pepper and a hatch pepper. These beans growing throughout the garden are basically going to be used the way that the fava beans were used over in those pots. We're just going to kind of chop and drop once. We'll let some of them grow, but once we need more space for that spot, we'll just kind of cut them off, put the beans around the area, and use them as a little bit of mulch again. We've got one variety of eggplant right here. I believe it's kind of a Japanese, a long one. You get a squash, a sweet meat squash. It'll be a nice big blue one. It'll trail and just kind of go through the yard a little bit. That's okay. A San Moon eggplant. I think this is just going to be kind of a regular one. I'm excited for that. A nice big American-sized eggplant. Zinnias, calendulas, my faves. You can see we've already got calendulas blooming. How can you not love these? They're gorgeous. Yeah, it's coming along pretty well. Some sage. We've got the plumerias. Still debating on whether we're going to take those out. Eventually we will, and put some more native California plants that get sun. That's a native California. There's some tucked in there. Big, huge-ass banana. Tree tobacco. Big tree tobacco that does nothing. Just attracts hummingbirds. We love to see it. Thanks for coming along. I've got the Jimmy Neutron hair going in this Corona time. Nobody's open. The beard is my doing, but we'll see how it goes. Alrighty, stay safe. Peace.